okay, we've got the store in LA, and now we're ready to grow. You guys recently just opened a store in the heart of New York City. How did you say, okay, I'm going to start a business that's way over there, and I'm going to entrust it to X? How does that process work? Because that's a big venture and a big decision.
Yep. So LA store was practice. We didn't think about opening another store. We wanted to practice the live breaking operation, the retail store operation, shipping. We wanted to be able to do same-day shipping. So if you ordered on a Wednesday, we were going to ship by Thursday. And we wanted to get that process because we saw a lot of problems with a lot of breakers. It would take 8 to 14 days for you to get your cards. And so we wanted to do same-day shipping. So the LA store was practice for how do we go 24 hours a day for breaking? How do we get the retail store, all the inventory and shipments, and how do we interact with customers, get all that right? Then we opened Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, okay, now how do the two stores talk to each other where these employees can work with each other, and how do we get inventory in? How do we then disperse it between the two locations? Then we open store number 3. We go to New York City. Then we acquire 2 stores in Riverside, California. We do that merger with Rizzo Sports. Those are existing stores that have been around for years because Rizzo's 30 years in the game.
Sure.
So now you have to bring in someone who's got 30 years experience with a bunch of 24 to 28-year-old and merge them together. Then we opened Jacksonville, Florida. So now we have 6.
Wow.
3 days ago we signed.
I didn't know that.
We signed lease for number 7 3 days ago.
Wow.
In Calabasas. Then we're going to Boca Raton. Then on December we're going to Dubai.
That's incredible.
Dubai.
So we'll be at 9 stores this year. And next year, who knows? We'll be at 12 to 18 stores.
So Dubai is a DJ Ski ribbon cutting ceremony. I mean,
I'm in. Let's go.
I sure hope so. So December 8th, we're in Dubai. We're next door to the largest comic book store in the world.
Wow.
So Dan, you're always looking ahead, and we talked about social media. We talked about other avenues. I'm kind of curious, what is missing from the hobby, whether it's online or physically, and you're just keep on expanding cards and coffee? Is there something that you see out there that others don't see that's just missing from the hobby that's ready to take off?
Please don't say acceptance of NFTs.
No, I think what's missing is efficiency and timing. Right now, there's a lot
in
of
regards to
everything.
Okay.
The space is still slow. People are slow with shipping. People are slow with grading. People are slow with reacting. People are slow with adjusting prices. We've been trying to buy cards here this whole time, and people aren't adjusting their prices because they're still looking at last month or 3 months ago's pricing. And so if they want $1,000 when we know the card's $700, we're pretty far off.
We've been hearing that a lot on the floor.
We're physically trying to buy. Anybody here, we are trying to buy really aggressively. We can't. People's pricing is off because the timing is slow. People are not adjusting to the timing. And so I think that you're going to see that get better and better. There's a lot of money coming into the space. Obviously, Whatnot is worth billions of dollars. PSA has zillions of dollars behind them, and with Nat Turner behind them. Like, you have serious executives with serious experience, with serious capital coming into the space. And so you're going to see things get much more efficient. You're watching Golden get better. You're watching PSA get better. You're watching Whatnot take off. Like, you're seeing a lot of big money, a lot of big companies, a lot of big executives come in, and the industry needs that. A lot of people here are like, no, I don't want to see that, or I like the way it was. The money and technology and speed helps everyone. It is not going to take away the history of the 1974. What that player did in 74 doesn't change just because things happen faster and more efficiently. So my goal in this space is to 1, build the first true national chain store. 2, be the only true 24-hour day operation, be like the QVC of sports cards. And 3, promote everyone to realize if you make content and if you get with the times and adjust, you will increase your business, and it will not take away from the 1974 feeling that you had in this space.
A rising tide, right?
Absolutely.
really good.
What about you, Ski? What do you see as what could be next?
Yeah.
Or what's next for you?
I think, Dan brought a lot of point. I think it's modernizing and updating speed of a lot of things. People don't, especially this next generation, it's like unthinkable to wait some of the wait times, and now we're seeing things getting better, but it's still too long, and inefficiencies, and I think people like understanding what prices and how those markets are, and how reacting in real time, like those things are down. One key thing I think is accessibility, right? Like allowing a new generation to buy in. Things get expensive, right? And like
Right.
making meaningful products, and I don't know what the answer is to a lot of that, right? By the way, but we see it. I mean, look,
Above
we have
your
to-
pay grade, as they say.
exactly, right? Like, but we see it, right? Like what we're even selling some of our brakes for are insane, and we have to buy them for that. Like that's what we're buying for. It's just, but like, I can't imagine being a kid and getting in at some of those levels. I feel like is just too high, and I think I'm excited. What I'm most excited for though is what Dan said. Like all the companies coming into the space, right? Like there's a lot of smart people, a lot of money behind, a lot of things that are thinking to modernize and help sustain the hobby. And the great thing about that is that it just legitimizes it. Each time there's a sale, each time the valuation of, like we invested in whatnot early on. So it's a great bump to see in that valuation, but it's great for everybody else in the space. The more successful one company is, it helps the entire hobby. So I think that and it's helping legitimize this is more than just like, oh, is this just a fad that happened during the pandemic? Is it there? Like, no, this is here to stay.
You guys have a lot of people that look up to you, kids, adults. People look to you for
Inspiration.
Yeah, they look for you for just some sort of direction. What does that mean to you guys that you have all these people out there following you, knowing that whatever move you make, it's being watched, but it's also being admired from afar? How does that make you feel as a person?
It makes me want to just work every day. Like you guys asked about days off. I don't take days off because I enjoy the game, but I also know that when I'm making content for the day one, and before the show's over at 8 p.m., I already posted the video with a day one recap. I'm doing that so that other booths do that too.
Yeah.
I'm doing that to get everyone else talking and thinking about what they could be doing at their booth. And a bunch of people the next night were saying, wow, I can't believe you got the video up so fast. Like, I need to do that with my staff, and how do I do it? That's exactly what I want.
Yeah, this video's actually already up.
This video is already live right now.
I want it down.
This,
watching
this
it right
video
now.
is live streaming.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Roger's already got it done.
But I think it makes you want to work harder, knowing that it actually impacts people.
Talk about some of your philanthropic kind of duties and things that you'd like to do and things that you have done.
So I've had a charity for 10 years called Model Citizen Fund, where we make backpacks for the homeless with 150 items inside. And I try to incorporate charity into everything that I do and every company I invest in. With the sports card space, one of the first things we did was we gave away a 1986 Fleer box. That's a quarter of $250,000 box we gave to charity. And so we brought in Mike Tyson, Mark Wahlberg, Snoop Dogg, Dr. J. Dr. J pulled out Julius Erving card.
That's
live
awesome.
on stream.
I love that.
And I want to incorporate charity, again, not for us, for other people to start replicating us. I want other people in the card space to start doing that. So we're giving away cards all the time. We always say, and you'll hear this on the breaks, called For the Kids, where we're just like, go through it, have a hit, and boom, the rest are for the kids. And sometimes even the hit, that's for the kids too.
I love that.
And so all the time, the guys are giving out for the kids left and right in every one of our city stores, because we want kids in the hobby to get cards for free. And because it causes memories, like he just said, where he got a free card into somebody's pocket. It's the same concept. If we go give it out to the local children's hospital, they're going to remember that card 25 years from now.
It's kind of been our mantra too on Go GTS Live, the hobby's web show. We give away every hit, and it just, they're not for us.
No.
The manufacturers send them to us to show off the product, so let's give them away. And,
awesome.
By being able to do that, I see people saying thank you to the manufacturer, thank you to us, and then they, it goes back to your sharing how that works. It all
Ski, I have a
starts with
question,
local
though.
charity.
Yes.
Do you still have that card that was given to you out of that pocket?
I don't. I wish I did.
Did you sell that on your
I
way
don't know
out
if
to LA?
I sold it. I don't know what happened to it. It was like a special one-on-one that he had printed, and so, it was crazy. I don't know I've got to find it now that you say it.
Is that your white whale that you're looking for?
That definitely is. You just gave me a new one.
I like it.
Uh-oh, you got me in trouble. Now I got another thing to do. Thanks a lot.
I like it.
We've been talking about the cards part of Cards and Coffee. Can we talk a little bit about the coffee part?
There's no coffee.
There is no coffee.
Do you guys give complimentary coffees
When you
to your
walk
guests?
when you walk into our LA store, the first thing you see is, I didn't come for the coffee.
Okay.
No coffee.
All right. Okay. I didn't know that.
We don't want to deal with permitting, and I don't want to try to do a mocha frappuccino.
So maybe the coffee comes in because you're doing 24/7? is that there's no
They
sleep?
drink a lot of coffee, yeah.
You drink.
I
a
was
lot of
going to
coffee?
say, because I've got barista skills in my day, so, but
We're-
no coffee.
But you're busy at GTS, Rob.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
busy.
That's true.
We're all busy. What's next for you, Ski?
Oh man, I'm excited because we've got a really cool drop here, and I haven't even seen the booth yet. I just walked in, but I designed the eBay booth, and we have this crazy card giveaway. Last year we did a really cool thing in Chicago, inspired by 4 iconic Chicago sports moments and 4 Kanye covers, since he's great art. This year Atlantic City was a little more challenging. No sports teams, right, to pull off of.
It's close
Not a
to
ton.
Philadelphia. It's close to New York, so we have a little hybrid
but
kind of thing going on.
Not really any music, huge music artists from Atlantic City, but I think we came with a really good concept. So Atlantic City, you think of first thing that everybody says is Boardwalk Empire, right? Especially
Pretty
this
much.
generation. I love
Knuckle
watching
Thompson,
that.
right?
So yeah, and you look back and you take the history of the moments like the scandals in baseball, the gambling scandals and stuff, and the 2 biggest ones are the Black Sox, of course, which was orchestrated by a man here, Arnold Rothstein, right?
Arthur Rothstein.
And
Yep. Rob knows them well.
then
Yep.
exactly, and then also obviously everybody knows Pete Rose one, so we created these cards inspired from those moments, and they're really really cool. We have that, and they're T206 style. So when you think of
nice.
if you think of a card in Atlantic City, it's got to be a T206
Yeah.
cigarette size card.
Yep.
They're in a screw down case, all foiled, serialized, and then there's some special super short print variations out at
They sound
200
awesome.
that have Al Capone, Arnold Rothstein on them.
Wait a
and
minute.
stuff.
Wait a minute. You're blowing my mind
Yeah.
as
It's
a
a lot.
mafiologist.
I love it.
How do you score one of these?
Go
Let
over to the
everybody
eBay
know.
booth. They have a whole mechanism. You show them your account and stuff, log in, and they're free cards. You just have to do a couple things that eBay has.
Now-
I haven't even seen some of them in
All right,
person yet.
Chris,
They were
Chris, you got
inspired-
the rest of this, right? I got
Head over. They're gonna
They
go
were
quick.
inspired by Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire. Even
Now-
if you look at the Shoeless Joe card, it looks like the Boardwalk Empire cover.
Now, when I watch Boardwalk Empire, I feel like I smell like smoke.
Yes.
Do they actually smell like smoke?
They probably do if you
That
open
would
it
be
up,
pretty
right?
cool. Yeah.
All right, so I am from Chicago, so I'm a bit of a mafiologist. I am
yeah.
a White Sox fan. I PC Shoeless Joe Jackson. So
you need that.
yeah, the trifecta. Is
So
over
you
there.
get it, yeah. You'll love this
love
card. It's a really fun one. It came out cool, and I wanted to do something different styled. I mean, I think it was the best thing that we could do for Atlantic City, and I couldn't be happier with how it came out.
Very
It
cool.
sounds like he got the inspiration really well.
Yeah, it's been
Now,
crazy.
are
And some
you-
of the variants are selling for $300 on eBay already for a free card. It's
Wow.
nuts.
Are you set up anywhere? Is Cards and Coffee got space? Where
Oh, yeah.
can, if people want to come by and see what it's all about, Cards and Coffee?
We're at booth 368. We have a big hologram there of Logan Paul. It's an actual huge $100,000 hologram machine, and he's got his $5.3 million Pokemon card on display.
Sweet.
Wow.
Selfie action.
What do you think about him signing with the WWE now, too?
I mean, here's the crazy thing. Last week at Madison Square Garden, Logan Paul was on one side in a wrestling outfit, while his brother Jake Paul's on the other side preparing for his boxing match next week. These two kids
incredible.
from Ohio with a cell phone are now both on the sides of Madison Square Garden. And so that's why I'm so passionate about social media, because look at what they did with nothing.
Crazy.
That's insane. When it comes to social media, though, you talk about the time it takes for things to get done in the hobby. But is there something that's not being done online that you see that people can take advantage of?
I just think what the people that are here or that are listening can take advantage of is if you have a sports card store, or if you are breaking, or if you are a fan or collector, social media is in real time, and it's really fast, and it's really free, and it's really easy, and people overcomplicate it. Everyone thinks you have to have long form content or planned out speeches or fancy cameras. You just need to post with your cell phone in real time about what you really do. You don't have to come up with anything fancy. If you're at the convention right now as a fan, you can say, hey, guess what, guys? I'm looking for 1984 blah, blah, blah rookie card. Hey, guess what, guys? I just found the 1984 rookie card for $400. Should I offer him $320, or what do you guys think I should do? Message me below in the comment section. And just on either side of the retail side, the buying side, and everything in between, just pull out your cell phone a little bit, and you'll be fascinated of what happens for your brands.
We've all talked about nostalgia and being younger. One of the things I've observed, it's so great to see so many young people, so many kids here. But one of the things that I'm challenged with is I often feel that we've overinflated the importance of value, like what this card's worth
Yes.
to the younger generation. What can we do as influencers and content creators to counter that narrative?
I think it's bringing back, like, when I grew up, like, yes, of course, like, that was kind of a cool feature. This card's worth a lot of money. The King Griffey
Right.
Jr. 89 card was worth $100 as a kid, right? Like,
I couldn't
and
afford it then.
I couldn't afford it then as a
No.
kid either, right? But, like, I was collecting. I was like, oh, I want this. I want to either collect a set. I want to collect a set of my favorite players and teams, and that's why I did it. Like, I didn't even think of, like, the value is, like, secondary, and I think that's one thing that we need to get away from is just, like, people looking at, like, oh, what's that? What's that worth?
What's that book-
worth?
what's that
That's
book
the
for?
first question.
What's the
like,
comp
why not?
on that?
Like, no, that's a cool card. Like, it looks great. Might not be, if you like it, if you enjoy it, like, enjoy it. Like, I've seen the same thing happen in sneakers, right? And, like, that's one thing that turned me off a lot of it, what's happened. Like, I was in that game before it became truly mainstream and watched it evolve, and, like, just like you like the cool shoes, it doesn't have to. And that's why today I try to not just wear, like, the hypebeast stuff that's super expensive and stuff. I actually like wearing the things that other people don't know about that might be, you know, a couple $100 versus a couple $1,000 that is, like, rarer, cooler, and just, like, you actually end up standing out more. So I think, like, people talking about that and emphasizing, like, look at how great this design is, look at how great that card is, look at the story behind it and what that means, and, you know, emphasizes kind of like what it is as a hobby, right? Like, it's not, at the end of the day, it's not the whole industry. While there are opportunities to invest, to get in, it's a hobby. So treat it like
So
that, right?
just piggybacking off of what Rob said. Oh yeah, and also Dan, I would like to get your answers on that as well.
I think the best thing that influencers can do is exactly what DJ Ski and Ben Baller and all these guys have done. Is the Topps Project 70 is the perfect example. Those are $20 cards, so kids can actually afford it. Now the $20 card turning into 80 or 200 or 300. It's actually really exciting for the kid because we were the kids.
Sure.
If I bought a $20 card and went to 80, I would scream from the mountaintops. Right?
And I guess we look at all these people here today, and we talked a little bit about all the new people that have come into the hobby. Do you think it's a little dangerous sometimes, though, too, when they may be looking at the value of a card over being in the hobby per se?
So that's always going to come from what do they actually care about? Do they care about the money part, or do they care about they grew up watching with their dad, Michael
point.
Jordan? And that part we can't change. That's the passion part for them of what do they care about. If they're a fair weather fan, you're not going to make them focus on Michael Jordan. If they love the Lakers, you're not going to say they're not going to go buy Mbappe soccer cards if they don't like that for the money part. It's up to them as a person. All we can do is guide them and show them what we like. If we like something for free or cheap, we're going to post about it. If we like some rare, hard to get card, we're going to talk about it. But from a consumer perspective, they're either going to care about the money or they're going to care about their passion and how they grew up.
Sure. Makes sense.
So what do you guys got planned the rest of the day while you're here on this Friday for the National? What are you doing, and what do you want to let people know to be doing?
So we're really focused on buying as much as possible. Like, we don't even go to the card shows expecting to sell. We'd like to sell, but that's not really like our main thing. We want to buy. And most of it's from people coming to our booth. But we have, like, I think 19 people here. And we're
Wow.
out there in the streets. We're at all the booths talking to everyone, making relationships. The hardest part in our space is we need more access to inventory from cards and from wax. We need to buy more products. And so, you know, our squad is out there building relationships all over the country and all over the world. People from Germany to Montana, we want to know them because we don't know if someone that walks into one of our stores and wants that card or wants that box or is going to be in that city. And we're really referral based too. Like, we send more business to Burbank and other breakers and other cities than anybody on the planet because we're constantly cross-promoting. Where from a business perspective, you're like, why would you promote that breaker or that store? Or why would you talk about Burbank?
Sure, yeah.
I want everyone to win because guess what? None of us went to one card store every single time.
Nope.
We'd go to that store, and then we'd go to that store, and we'd go to that store on the weekend, and next month we'd go to that store.
Yep.
Or we'd go to that breaking channel, and that breaking channel, and that breaking channel. Nobody has one credit card. They have an Amex, a Visa, and a MasterCard. Nobody has one place that they like to go. There's not one casino they go to. They go to the Wynn and Caesar's Palace and MGM. And so I don't expect people that would be egotistical to think that they're only going to break with us or they're only going to buy from our store. They're not. They're going to go to all of them. And so I'd rather promote them and guide them to the ones that we believe in, are friends with, than just say, oh, no other stores exist or no other breakers exist.
So refreshing. as we start to wind down our hour, I'm going to turn it back over with a question for you. But I just wanted to find out, are you guys open to questions from the audience for the last?
Yeah, of course.
So really quick, I just had a question from a Cards and Coffee standpoint. Of the 4 major sports, what is the highest seller? And also, what is the sport or non-sport that you see is the next up-and-coming one, maybe from Cards and Coffee perspective or just a universal perspective?
So basketball wins by far. It's not close, except during seasons.
Right.
When it's NFL season, NFL's through the roof, and people don't talk as much about basketball. But over the course of a year, basketball is the one main one. What I think we're going to see a lot of is obviously soccer. When we have the World Cup coming up in December, soccer is going to go ballistic, and we're deep in soccer. And some of our team is really obsessed with soccer, and we went deep as far as inventory, buying a lot of soccer cards, and we want to buy more. But I think F1 is going to continue to rise because TV shows, bigger and bigger events, more money being thrown into that space. I think F1's going to continue to crush it. The cards look so good.
They do. They look
and there's
nice.
not some huge amount of people to think about. You understand, I want this driver, I want Max, I want Lewis. Like, there's not like 90 names to remember. And so I think F1's going to continue to crush it.
Great.
Does anybody have any questions for Dan or DJ Ski? I just want to make sure that we're not hogging all the time. Just raise your hand if you do. We were finishing out, DJ, with what are you doing here? What's next for you? What's the plan for the day?
I'm excited to go see the hologram at the Cards and Coffee booth. I haven't seen it yet. Dan's been talking about it, so that's going to be crazy. I'm excited to see the eBay booth. I haven't seen it yet that I designed. And with that drop, it's pretty fun. I haven't even seen all the cards in person, and so I designed them, send them in, and they had to rush to get them over here. But they're all like foil, serialized, and those parallels are selling again for a few $100 for a free card, which is just crazy and
awesome.
Cool to see that we love that. But yeah, so those things. And then tonight I'm DJing the Panini event and the after party, so 2 events. And tomorrow I'm DJing the Panini VIP event. And I'm doing a signing here tomorrow at the eBay booth at 1 o'clock and a panel later today at 137 at 5 o'clock, I think. So all over.
Dan, last word. Anything else that we didn't cover that you want people to know?
I think this game is a lot about research and going in with a plan when you go to conventions like this and knowing what your max is on certain players, certain cards, and being clear with the booth owners and the booth managers. I think it's really important when you go there to just say what the exact cards you're looking for are so that you can have a quicker interaction, because there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of booths to go to. And also we're dealing with thousands and thousands and thousands of people per day. So it's better for both sides if you could tell us this is the cards I'm looking for, or hey, here's the 4 cards I'm trying to sell. Rather than kind of like hemming and hawing back and forth, it's better just go in with a plan, whether you're a buyer or a seller.
It's a current. The date is July. It's not April, and it's certainly not a year ago pricing. Be flexible. Understand that you might be in for something higher. Get out at a realistic price point. Let's keep everything going instead of being stuck on, I got to get X for this, right?
Yeah, it's tough because, right, like you are, and look, I face the same thing. Like I paid $10 for that card. I'm not going to sell it for $9, but the value is what it is today, right? Like you have to forget. It doesn't matter if you paid like $10 for it, if it's worth $1,000 or $9. Like that is what it is. So,
do you guys believe in buying the dips?
Absolutely. I bought so much stuff. I mean, I posted, I think I got the steal of a lifetime recently. I got another, I got the Wander Franco 1 of 1 Platinum at the main tops one, which was great at PSA 9. The grade doesn't really matter. But I got it for like $40K, which I think the first off the line PSA 8 of that, and I think it's a better card than the first off the line, sold for $80 a few months ago. Granted, he got injured. I just don't think it was like, marketed very highly, those things, and was able to get like steals. So I'm looking for those things all the time. Last year, actually, it's funny because at the National, somebody had a Vlad Guerrero Jr. Chrome Sapphire on auction, and it ended like Saturday night. Like the timing wasn't great. And opportunistically, somebody hit me like, oh, you should look at this card. Like 8 minutes left in the auction on eBay, and I was like, all right. And I ended up like putting in a bid. I forget, like I was like, oh, I'll go up to 75. I wasn't looking to buy it. I was just like, it feels cheap from that. I ended up getting it for like 65, like 60, like something ridiculously low. And fast forward to today, that card is on display at the Hall of Fame as like the definitive card of this era. So you can go to the Baseball Hall of Fame, and they're displaying it as like, this is the modern day like a dream card after that Trout. So always looking, and I think that you just find those opportunities.
What about you, Dan?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, buying the dips, there's going to always be ebbs and flows, and not just when down markets or recessions or stock market dips, etc. It's just seasonal. Like, I can pick up a lot of football right now, and then when the football season, preseason starts in August or July, I won't be getting it cheap.
Right.
And so there's sometimes, like, as soon as basketball season ends, the month after that, I could probably buy cards really, really well, and then right when basketball season's about to start, it's going to go back up again. So, like, there's some things you can just do that are just the ebbs and flow
And
of
that's
time and
easy,
season.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's a
It's not
blueprint
rocket
that
science, it's just-
anybody
yeah.
can do. That's every year after year. It's like it's tougher to time the overall market. It's like we're in a down market right now everywhere, not just on cards, but these things that Dan's talking about are things that happen annually.
And it's also good if you buy a card high. It's also good to double up on it when it's down low, so the average cost is right there for you as well.
If you believe in LeBron James, or you believe in Kevin Durant or Serena Williams or Tiger Woods or whoever, if you believe in them at 1,000, why don't you believe in them at 600? If
Right.
you believe in them at 600, why don't you believe in them at 1,300? If you believe in the long term of a player, like right now, the LeBron's Topps Chrome is like so cheap to me. I think it's ridiculous. That card to me is a $20,000 card for the rest of our lives, and to see it floating around 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 ranges, mind blowing to me.
Sure.
Especially when you know the limited inventory. There's like 2,200 of them, 2,300 of them. That's it. And there's a lot of guys that own 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 of that card. So the inventory is actually even lower as far as circulation. There's some cards that are just no-brainers to me as far as whether it's 7,000 or 12,000. If I believe it's a 20K card, I'm happy at 7, I'm happy at 12. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
And so if there's a player
Absolutely.
that you like, or there's a price point that you think this card is worth long-term, anything below that is worth buying it at.
Good question.
Thank you so much, Dan Fleischman and DJ Ski.
Thank you, guys.
Fantastic conversation.
Yes, we loved
And where can they follow you on social media?
All my social platforms are the same. It's just at Dan Fleischman. And that's also important for you guys when you make your social media accounts, have the same bio, same photo, and same screen name across every platform.
I actually learned that from Dan to do the same thing. So mine's just at DJ Ski, and it's the same photo, same bio, same everything else. And then
It makes it easy that way, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thanks, you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Dan
Thank you guys for
Fleischman,
coming out.
DJ
Yes.
Ski. Let's give it up for these guys.
thank you guys.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thanks. I'll see you. Coming up next on the Mike Burkus main stage, powered by Whatnot, we have founder of Resolution Photo Matching, John Robinson, and his team, talking about the evolution of one of the most important aspects in the hobby, and that is photo matching game-used memorabilia. All the major auction houses in this industry rely and utilize the Resolution Photo Match dating database, which is unprecedented in history, with an absolute treasure trove of material. And it's a great opportunity to learn more about this aspect of the hobby. So we'll let these guys do their thing here shortly. Thanks for hanging out with us on the main stage, powered by Whatnot.
Thanks again. Good to see you.
Hit them up and down. These out of the camera shot. I'm actually going to turn. Mic 5 and mic 4, I think. Keeps them in order. Great.
Is that working?
See, it doesn't go past the first slide.
What's this panel called, or is there a name for this discussion?
Just a discussion on game used and photo matching. Yeah, with resolution photo matching. Yeah, if you want to tag us in there, that'd be great too. It's at Res Photo Match.
Yeah. You know what city he's sitting in?
He'll be in one of these two, I think. Yeah. I'm ready whenever you are, Ken.
Here we go, I've got it. Let's get this out.
Absolutely.
Put it right here. Let's just send this out.
All right, are we on here? I'm John Robinson. I'm the founder and owner of Resolution Photo Matching, and I'm excited to have here with me one of the biggest names in the hobby, Ken Golden of Golden Auctions. Ken, thanks for coming on here with me.
Hey everybody, how we doing out there? Glad to be here with you, John.
Absolutely. Well, let's jump into it. I want to talk to you a little bit today about the game used side of the hobby specifically. Talk a little bit about photo matching, about what we're doing with Resmash. But to start out, let's talk a little bit about game used. Tell me a little bit about how you feel the game used market is looking right now, how it compares to the card market, and kind of what you're seeing at Golden.
Sure. So for many years, people have been talking about game used market, and the whole question was, why does this little patch on a trading card sell for so much money and the entire jersey goes for a fraction? And I've always been a game used collector myself, quite extensive collection, and I always felt that it was underappreciated and undervalued, because look, would you rather, to me, I'd rather hold in my hand a bat that Babe Ruth used than a trading card from Babe Ruth, or especially even looking modern, if you like Steph Curry, a Steph Curry game-used jersey from, he scored X number of points versus, one of X number of thousands rookie cards or other cards. What the difference is with the game used is, first of all, it is much more personal to a player. This is literally the jersey off their back, the shirt off their back, the helmet off their head, the weapon, the bat in their hand, their sneakers. I mean, you're looking right here at the National, there's a display of 6 Michael Jordan game-used sneakers.
Worked on those.
One from each game. And I know they
every game, clinching game of the finals. From every finals that he won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I assume you matched them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because I know the source. I know the source, and I figured they were good. But what's happening now is, I think it started last year with a jersey that you matched, and it was a Kobe Bryant jersey. And it was a 1996 rookie year Kobe Bryant game-used jersey. And we thought we would be doing great if we went for $250,000 or above. And we said we really were hopeful of getting to 500. The jersey sold for $3.6 million.
Yep. Record all time for basketball, right?
Yep. All time. It annihilated every record for basketball game use. Literally the only sale of any game used jersey that I know of up until that time, setting aside Maradona, up until that time was anything worn by Babe Ruth. Other than that, nobody else in any sport. So I think that really set off, and we've now seen a lot of people going out and trying to get their key items photo matched, trying to get game used, because they realize that these are real rarities. They are not manufactured rarities. They are actual rarities. There's only so many bats that survive from Mickey
that's
Mantle.
exactly it. I think it is, with cards, the value can be just as high or higher, but there's so many of them. With game use is such a niche.
Yep.
And it's, there's only so many of these things out here, especially when you talk about the historical pieces.
Yep.
These days players will wear a jersey for one game and then rotate it out. Go back even as early as 15, 20 years ago, you had a couple jerseys for the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, you look at football. I mean, some of these guys, in a 16-game season or back in the day, less games, you can find the same home jersey worn every game and just stitched together if you know what you're looking for. But to me, I think the game use market is a drastically undervalued market.
Yeah.
People look at cards, and I've always collected trading cards. I've got a massive collection, ranging anywhere from a complete T206 set to thousands of unopened wax boxes from the 1960s to 2022. But to me, but you see those prices are going up. They spiked up. They went down. Game used has not done that. When the card market took off at the end of 2019 all the way through 2021, game use was stagnant. So because I think the reason is there's not 50 or 100 of the exact same item.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy. It's not as easy to get the comps, but it's an emotional purchase. What you're not going to get on a card, and this to me is really great about game use. What you're never going to get on a trading card is you're not going to get something where all the comps say it's $5,000, $4,500 to $5,200, and then you have an auction where it sells for $20,000.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
And it's just the history.
In our market, it can happen all the time.
Yeah. The history that comes with the game use pieces, you just don't get that in a card.
Yep.
The history, it's like there's not too many cards that are in a museum. There's maybe a couple, but with game use pieces, these are really a lot of times museum-worthy pieces. But let's talk a little bit more about, I want to ask you specifically on the game use side, what would you say right now are some areas that, if you're looking to, be on the investment side, what do you think is good to buy right now? Is there anything, that you think is better than others, specifically within game use, that really is a good buy right now?
Sure. Well, first of all, to me, anything that you can get pre-2000 that you can photo match of a superstar, Hall of Famer, or future Hall of Famer, any sport is great, because as you know, it's very easy from the 2000s to look at photos and then go online and say, okay, fine, this is matched. Use a service such as yours. But to go out and try and find something, try and find something from the 80s or the 70s or the 60s and the 50s, and you can match a Mickey Mantle game use uniform, to a home run game or something historic, or like with Cal Ripken Jr., and we had some of those Cal Ripken Jr. historic pieces, or any of these other player collections, or God, look at Bill Russell. I mean, you literally had no Bill Russell game used jersey had ever sold, I think, over 300,000, and then in a 6-month period, because they were photo matched, you had 3 of them sell for $1 million or more. So to me, I can see we sold a Russell from Game 7.
Yep.
Game 7 the NBA Finals. Game 7 the NBA Finals from what, 1966 or 67?
I think it was 66.
66.
Yeah.
He had an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
And I think we sold it for like $980,000. I could see that somebody literally 2 years from now paying $3-4 million. The Jackie Robinson jersey a couple years ago, this will put it in perspective. A couple years ago, an auction house sold in 1947 photo match game used Jackie Robinson jersey, his rookie year, for about, was it $2 million that the price was a record? I think it was about $2 million. It resold, the guy resold it within the next 4 months for $3.5 million.
Yeah.
Now that jersey, if you were able to get it, would cost no less than $15 million, because the game use items are so personal and so passionate. So to me, I like the young stars. I think that soccer, you want an unbelievable undervalued market. Look at the price of Michael Jordan game use, photo match game use, compared to a Messi or a Ronaldo game use photo match. It is, and there's hundreds of millions of those fans and hundreds of millions of those collectors. So
well, and to go back to, you were talking about the Russell a little bit. That was a really interesting, because like you say, there were not really any that were out there, or certainly widely, circulated until just recently in the last few months here.
Yep.
And like you say, we made a res match on the one that sold at Golden. It did very well.
Yep.
There were 2 others that sold. We actually made res matches for private clients, and I think that was a big part of why they got as high a prices as those ones did. The res matches weren't actually on the listings. It wasn't with you guys. It was with another house, but and those reached astounding prices. Talking a little bit about the records that we've set now with res matches.
Let me cut you off for a second. Just for people who are hearing that term and might not know, why don't you explain what a res match means?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. So, we resolution photo matching obviously have done photo matching going back to 2016, and I think right around that time after we came out, there was a big shift to where, and maybe you can attest to that, photo matching kind of became the go-to form of authentication for game-used memorabilia. In the last few years, we've always had a very specific standard for what we're willing to call a photo match. And, as other people have come out, sometimes collectors do their own work and they'll call something a photo match. Sometimes it didn't meet our standard for what we would call a photo match. So just in the last few months, we've introduced this new term, a new word for the same thing, the same standard that we've always had. But now we call a resolution photo match a res match. So if we make a photo match, it's called a res match. And I'll talk a little bit about what our definition for a res match is. There's 2 simple but very important factors in whether we can call something a res match. The first is whether images are definitively identical. So that one's pretty straightforward. We'll have the collector's item and we have a player image that potentially has certain characteristics. If the characteristics are definitively identical between the collector's item and the player image, that's the first criteria that needs to be met. The second criteria, which is extremely important, is definitively unique. So those characteristics that are identical, they need to be definitively unique to that specific item. Because if they're not unique, it doesn't guarantee it's the exact same item that's visible in the image of the player. So the way we figure that out is called our comparison analysis process. And this is something that for a long time we've kept proprietary. We haven't talked about in public at all. And we've come to the decision in the last few months that it's something we really want to get out there and educate collectors about. So we have this comparison analysis process. In doing that, let's say we're talking about a Mike Trout jersey from 2015. We'll look at 10 other Angels jerseys from that same year. Could be Mike Trout, could be other players from the Angels, and we'll look into which characteristics are unique. Is this loose thread unique? Is this loose thread visible on 4 other jerseys from the Angels? If it's visible on other jerseys, we can't rely on that as a Resmash characteristic. But if it passes that comparison analysis process, we confirm it's definitively unique along with being definitively identical, then we're able to make the Resmash determination. So that kind of, thanks for bringing that up, Ken.
No problem.
That kind of touches on how that works. But talk a little bit, Ken, about, I know you have an auction going on right now. There's some Resmatch pieces in it. Talk about what you're excited about in the current auction.
In the current auction, obviously, we've got a lot of great basketball game use. I know we've got some great Steph Currys in there. A couple Steph Currys.
A lot of Yankees stuff.
A lot of Yankees stuff. But typically, honestly, this auction is is ridiculous. It's not the craziest. We're actually going to have a vintage one in September. I think Frank may have told you about that one.
Yeah.
Because we're going to focus on pre-1980 items. And I know someone who's got something special for that one. But the key with it, and this is, and I really want to get down specific so people understand, because if you collect cards, think of the difference between like a PSA 10 and not a BGS or an SGC 10, but an off-brand 10, because this is very important. I'm going to take you through 1998 Michael Jordan game-used jersey prices, just to put in perspective of how this stuff matters. And if you're a card guy, you're going to say, wow, that's like getting a PSA 10. You can have Michael Jordan game-used jersey. You can have a letter from anybody in the world besides the Chicago Bulls or the NBA, and some expert can say it's game-used, and it's probably going to sell between $4,000 and $20,000 because there is a significant amount of doubt in there. Then let me take you to the next level. The next level, let's say you have a letter from the Chicago Bulls, and they're all from Charables. Okay, they were all game worn, they're all game used, and they sell them. But that does not, for some reason, that jersey does not photo match. You're then looking at a significant upgrade over the base, but you're still not get close to photo match. It could be $60,000, it could be $125,000. If you have a photo match, particularly a res photo match, for example, and it's a Last Dance year Michael Jordan game-used jersey, you're looking at $400,000 and up. And in fact, one uniform, we set a record with it because I believe we sold it at $600,000, and then we resold it privately for $700,000 within 60 days. But that is how important getting the authentication. And again, the photo match, and you're going to pay me for this, the photo match business is a lot like the grading business, where the company matters. So there was an auction that took place a couple weeks ago, and they were selling a game-used basketball item that I was interested personally. And they called it photo match. They said right there, it's photo matched. I sent John a link, and I said, do me a favor. If you've not done it already, can you match this for me? And he immediately responded back that we've already looked at it, and we could not match that jersey. Okay, that jersey went for about 1/8 of what it would have went for had it had the proper photo match credentials with the jersey.
Well,
right?
I think people notice, they look at the brand of the photo match, they notice if it's a brand that is not widely known, and it's, a six-figure item especially, all right, what's going on here? Why doesn't it have a resolution photo match? And it's, unfortunately, like Ken said, that was an item that we'd already worked on, and we weren't able to make a res match too. So the price kind of reflected that. But I want to take a second and dig a little bit deeper.
Sure.
Let's get to know Ken Golden here a little bit more. Tell me a little bit about going way back. You've obviously been in this industry since you were a kid.
Yeah, so I was probably 10, 11 years old.
I want to know, obviously,
20 years ago, right?
Golden Auctions, now known as Golden, is not that old, but tell us about what drove you to start Golden at the time, Golden Auctions, and has it been what you thought it would be? Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So, as a lot of you may know, I founded Classic back in 1988. The Classic trading cards, draft picks, NFL Pro Line brand I founded. All this stuff I started when I was 20 years old. And I also was selling, primarily for years, putting athletes on TV. Like I had Muhammad Ali on TV. I had Dr. J. I had Shaquille O'Neal. I had Mickey Mantle. I had Joe DiMaggio, Joe Montana, everybody. But in the 2000s, with the internet, with people competition from eBay, competition from Kim Kardashian went on QVC. It was very exciting for QVC, and not so exciting for Ken Golden because they weren't interested in sports cards and memorabilia. So actually, what happened is in 2000, I'm trying to figure out what to do next, and then 2011, I saw this Babe Ruth jersey sell for $4.4 million. And in my mind, I said, wait a minute, that guy just probably made an $800,000 commission. I got to get in that business. And at the same time, there was a lot of negativity in the auction. There was lawsuits and legal actions against a couple of the companies. And I thought that this would be a good idea for somebody to come in.
Yeah.
And when I started Golden, one thing I said, we actually started heavily on game use, is there were so many auction houses out there that put their own letter with game use. Like, you know, we and literally almost everybody. I can mention a couple names. All those companies are in this room right now. But if you bought a game used anything, it typically had their letter saying it's guaranteed. Now, obviously, they're incentivized to, you know, guarantee their own stuff, aren't they? You know, they're not going to fail their own stuff. They won't make any money. I said, as part of our policy from day one, I wrote a policy letter and said that any autographs we sell will come either with a first-hand letter, like from MLB authenticated, or actually the player and their hologram, or will come with like a PSA autograph letter, JSA, Beckett, so on and so forth. And the game used the same exact thing. Anything game used had to come with a third-party letter from one of the industry experts, and that's before you were even in it. That was 2011, 2012, whether it be PSA or Mears, for example, back in the day. But I told my wife when I started Golden that if I could build this business up to do $10 million a year in sales, I can do this for the next 20 years and then retire and live comfortably and be happy and enjoy myself without a lot of stress. Last year we did $335 million, and in the first half of this year we did over $250 million. So I imagine that I greatly exceeded that.
Yeah.
But that's the background of Golden. But the other thing is that I always had these athlete relationships, which I've gone back to. For example, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I had a relationship with in the 1990s. So when it came time for him to sell his collection, you know, he came to Golden, and we've had, you know, amazing success selling all of the trophies and game use of Kareem and the rings of Kareem.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you know, obviously you guys were pretty much successful from an early point. In the last couple of years, I would say, you know, there's definitely been an explosion.
Yep.
Walk me through specifically the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Touch on, you know, what you can share about. I know there was a large investment that was put into Golden.
Yep.
Talk about that a little bit. Tell us a little bit about, you know, the business side and what the last couple of years have been like.
Look, the last couple of years have been crazy. 2019, I thought our business was taking off. The second half was really strong. We did $28 million in sales in 2019, and we were second largest in the industry against Heritage, who did about $70 million that year. Then our business blew up. I had always viewed my vision as an entrepreneur was to grow my business and therefore grow the entire hobby. So while everybody else is out there and sending out emails and, you know, attending card shows and everything, trying to fight over the same group, I felt the best thing that could be done would be to grow the business. There's a lot of sports fans out there that might buy a basketball card, but, you know, don't know where to get it besides Walmart. There's a lot of sports fans out there that might attend a baseball game, and little do they know that they can own the very jersey that Mike Trout wore on that day that they saw. So it was my mission to go out and do deals with ESPN, do deals with Rob Report, DuPont Registry, put myself on CNBC, pound the doors of Good Morning America to go on, Fox Business, Bloomberg, all the networks, and it finally all came together. And then 2020, we were off to an amazing start, and then COVID hit, and I thought our world was going to end, but all of a sudden everybody just started buying sports cards, and it was just crazy. So in 2020, we lapped Heritage. We went from 28 million to 102 million, and I think they did about 99 million that year. And at the end of that year, I cut a deal with the Chernin Group, and I believe it was a $45 million investment, or $40 million investment, and they partnered with an amazing group of people. You know, some of the athletes that invested in Golden were Barry Bonds, Venus Williams, Alex Rodriguez, Kevin Durant, Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, who I think literally took his signing bonus and invested it in Golden because he was a rookie that year. Let's see who else. Mark Cuban, of course. Mark Wahlberg. Chad Hurley, the founder of YouTube. Adam Bain and Dick Costello, two of the original founders of Twitter. So it was a real group, and their mission number one was to upgrade our technology because we were having all this success. And I know it. We ran software that was designed in 1993, and every time we got too many people on the line, it crashed. So the great thing about our platform now is we will not go down. We have not gone down since.
I remember that. It was a couple auctions in a row, and your pledge was that you were going to solve it, and it seems like you have.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any issues since then.
Yeah. So we did that, and then later in the year, a little bit more about the business. So later in the year, I agreed to a merger with Collectors Holdings, which is, I tell people, Steve Cohen of the New York Mets. So Steve, I've got 5 primary shareholders. I'm one of them. Nat Turner is one of them. Chernin Group is one of them. Steve Cohen, the same Steve Cohen owns the New York Mets, is one of them, and D1 Investments, Dan Sunheim, is one of them. And I run Golden as an independent company, and it's my business, but I'm part of a larger group, which means I've got access to all the cash in the world I want to expand the business, all the technology in the world I want, and a lot of great people that can help bring in good employees. And then the other big thing that happened, is probably everyone watching knows, is that last year I was signed to a contract for Netflix. And if you think that sports cards and sports memorabilia are hot now, wait until the show comes out, which could be as little as 90 days from now. It has to be dubbed into 42 languages. I will tell you that everything we've spoken about today, this morning, or I haven't slept in 4 days, I don't care. Everything we've spoken about today so far, a lot of it will be in the show.
Can you tell them the title now?
The title right now, the title is Golden Touch. So kind of like the Midas Touch, Golden Touch, and it's.
Did you come up with that, or was that someone on the marketing team?
No, that was the marketing. It was not. I did not come up with that. So I've got my 3 executive producers. One of them is a gentleman named Brent Montgomery, and Brent is the creator of Pawn Stars. One of them is. Did anybody here watch any of the 30 for 30, or you see on ESPN, or everybody like Last Dance? You like Last Dance? Okay. So the creator of Last Dance was the head of production for head producer for ESPN, a guy named Connor Schell. So he left ESPN in 2020, and he's actually the original one who approached me with this idea. And then he brought in Connor, and then he brought a third guy to be an executive producer, which I'm sure nobody here has heard of, Peyton Manning. So Peyton is also one of the EPs, and we think it's going to be a blockbuster. If you were at the Mint Collectible or Collective or Saw, any of the things, Peyton was actually on stage talking about the show, talking me up. So
it's
we
an
think it's going to be
exciting time
great
for the industry, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and to talk about it on resolution side of things, the last couple of years, it's very exciting. We recently made our 5,000th Resmatch. 5,000 matches made to date since we started. We just reached that mark. Very exciting time for the industry, specifically the game used industry, I think. Another thing I wanted to touch on, we just rolled out, were what comes with a Resmatch now. We have a whole new look as far as our hard copies. We have a much more extended Resmatch certification, taking the place of what we previously called our letter of photo match. Is going to give collectors and people who own the Resmatch pieces a lot more in-depth information about the specifics of the Resmatch. Also coming with that are a framed version of our Resmatch. Yeah.
Everything. Okay. Go ahead.
The frame is for the Resmatch graphics, which you'll see on the screens here. Some examples of some of our biggest graphics that have come through. You'll get that in a frame as a collector. You'll get a display stand for the Resmash certification, and then I'm also really excited about we have a plaque. And now every item we Resmatch comes with a Resmatch plaque. You can put it up on your wall. It has the title of the piece. So it really, what we're calling it is a museum quality display for museum quality pieces. And, I'll touch on, what matters and what makes Resolution different is our research process. The important part is our research process. The hard copies are a little something extra on the side, but we are excited about the new hard copies we've rolled out. And, the last couple years, just like it has been for Golden, has been a big growth period for Resolution. So, that's something we're really excited about. But
And what's the if you picked a favorite piece that you match, what would that be?
yeah, I actually just saw it on the screen. One of my favorites all time, and it went through Golden, was a Ty Cobb game-used bat that we photo matched. It was from the 1920s. One of the oldest pieces that we have made a res match to. And what I loved about it was the clarity of the image. We made the res match based on the wood grain alignment, going all the way up from the barrel down to the handle of the bat. And it was such a clear shot of Cobb. I think he was holding the bat on his shoulder. That was an awesome one. But let me ask you the same question, Ken. What are some of your favorite, one or multiple favorite Resmatch pieces?
Well, the favorite one is probably one of the earlier ones you did for me, because I got a Willie Mays jersey from 1972 when
Mets,
he
right?
was traded to the New York Mets.
Yep.
And it was photo matched to the very first game he played as a Met, as well as the cover of Sports Illustrated that week. So I own a Willie Mays game-used jersey with a res match, photo match to the cover of Sports Illustrated, which, considering I don't know how many times Willie Mays was on the cover of SI, but I'm going to guess that that's probably the only one in existence that's a match to a
match to the cover.
Match
Yeah.
to the cover. Yes.
I think absolutely for Mays. It's awesome when we get to do it. It's similar to like when we match something to a card, a Topps card or something like that. But we've made res matches to a couple other Sports Illustrated covers. But I agree, that's probably the only one with Mays for
With Mays,
sure.
yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
that's an awesome one. What would you say is one of your favorite parts of your job?
Well, first of all, I always like dealing with athletes. Anytime I deal with an athlete, whether it's Kareem, whether it's Ripken, whether it's Barry Bonds, any of the number of athletes we've dealt with and sold collections that I've known, to see what they've saved, to see what they think, and because it came right from them and it's historic. The other thing is one of my favorite stories ever was a few years ago. I met a gentleman and contacted me and said he had a Jackie Robinson game-used bat. And of course, you're always skeptical if somebody says they've got a Jackie Robinson game-used bat. And then he said, Jackie Robinson handed it to me personally in between a doubleheader. And I'm saying, oh, who is this crackpot? Okay. But I took down the guy's name, I took down his number, and then I Googled him. And his grandfather had started the New York chapter of the NAACP. And his father was a war protester for, I guess, was it? Not a protester, but he was serving the war, and he protested the Army treatment after African Americans came back from service, that they were treated differently and didn't get the same whatever. And then I met him, and before he pulled out the bat, he pulled out this book. And this book had 3 personalized autographs. It was an autograph book to him from Martin Luther King Jr. and virtually every well-known individual from the 1950s. And I guess he was probably 13 or 14. So yeah, so when this guy legitimately went on the field, he said it was 1956, a doubleheader, and I gave the bat to PSA, and they came back a PSA 10 that this bat was made on this date, and it was unbelievable provenance. But to see someone like that who literally was escorted on and then handed a bat in between a doubleheader by Jackie Robinson, those are the type of stories I really love. And obviously, when you're talking cards, to me, nothing beats getting a Tetro 600 Wagner, especially the first time I got a Tetro 600 Wagner in 2013 with the Jumbo Wagner. That really, I'll say that made my auction career. I mean, we set a record, and we had this great card, and it took off from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Enough with the cards, though. Game use is what matters. Come on, Ken. That's the fun part. But, you touched on the Jackie Robinson, and one thing I loved, I think, I can't remember how long ago this was, but I think you partnered with, was it the Jackie Robinson Foundation or something
yes.
like that?
Yep.
I love it when auction houses do things like that, where they find a way to, give a small portion to a charity they care about, or find a way to give back. And I wanted to ask you along those lines, obviously in this industry, you have a lot of well-to-do people, people who, have earned where they're coming from. But what do you think as an industry, people like you, people like me, everyone in the industry can do in terms of giving back, giving back to society? Touch on that a little bit.
Sure. So, one of the things, at Golden, the very first auction we ever did when I was running in 2012 was interrupted by Hurricane Sandy. We're in New Jersey, and my auction is literally scheduled to close the weekend that the hurricane was going to hit. So I postponed the close by 2 weeks, and I contacted the Red Cross, and I personally donated 25 lots to the auction, and I asked other people to donate as well, and we gave 100% of the proceeds to the New Jersey chapter of American Red Cross for hurricane relief. And that's really how Golden started. And literally every single year of our being, we have done a charity auction, whether it is for a nonprofit such as the Skyhook Foundation with Kareem, or the Jackie Robinson Foundation, or the Babe Ruth Museum, or the Philadelphia Sports Museum, or whether it is something like a cancer research center like the Dana and Harold Pump Foundation. We sell packages for them. I work with WHIP fundraising. But so we do a lot of it every year. I mean, millions and millions. But I think that every auction house, look, we're in a great position. We reach millions of people. Do an item, solicit items and say, hey, we'd like to do this as a donation, and we're going to donate, the proceeds, including our buyer's premium, to charity. It can raise a lot. In fact, we've had 2 partnerships with Steph Curry, one on the sneakers and one on NFT for his charity. So we try and partner with athletes all the time for their foundations as well.
And obviously the visibility that Golden gets, the visibility that you get personally these days is huge. So I think, anytime, you can do things like that, that's awesome. So, I know even, I just ran across it the other day, headline of ESPN, you up there with Drake.
Yesterday, yeah.
That was, the visibility obviously is there. So that's awesome. But I just, obviously we're talking about sports. This is the National Sports Collectors Convention.
Yep.
But I wanted to touch a little bit on non-sports too, because I know you guys do some non-sports.
Yep.
We've resmatched some pretty awesome non-sports pieces. We had an Amelia Earhart cap that we made a resmatch to recently that went for a very high price. We've done some screen-worn items, a Jonah Hill shirt from Superbad, a shirt from The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds. We recently did a Keith Richards concert-used guitar. So just briefly, talk on Golden's side about some of the big non-sports items that you've had.
Well, we've done a lot of big non-sports items, historical items, whether it's presidential, whether it's entertainment. Literally some of the crazier ones are obviously we sold the album that John Lennon signed for his killer, Mark David Chapman, before he was assassinated. We sold the actual handcuffs that Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested in. I think that screen-worn items, big movie items that are photo matched are really a big deal, because literally when I look at some of these auctions, and again, there was a recent auction, I saw a Batman costume, and I saw some other really things the Joker costume that I would buy,
Forrest
but
Gump, that's another one we did.
It came with was a letter from the auction house saying it's authentic, so I didn't buy it. I would be afraid to touch anything. Like if you had a Star Wars, somebody was selling a Star Wars gun or a lightsaber or something from a Marvel movie or something like that I would want to own, I'd be afraid to buy it without a photo match, just because how do you know it wasn't just a prop? How do you know this is actually what that individual used in the movie or used in the TV series? But yeah, no, I think that is a big business, and I think just like with game used, when the right authentication came in, the product value jumped. I think that can happen in non-sports as well.
Yeah, we've seen it, really just in the last year, we've gotten a lot more non-sports items. A lot of screen worn, that we've been able to make res matches too. But, it's an exciting part. The part we're here to talk about is sports. We'll get back to sports.
And what if anybody has any questions?
Should we ask some questions?
Yeah, and anybody in the audience have any questions? Anything you'd like us to talk about before we break up?
Yeah, and I have a couple here, some pre-sent in questions as well. But let's start with the audience. Does anyone have any questions from the audience so far? All right, well, we'll start with one that I had coming in that I get a lot. Some of the most res-matched players, I get that a lot. What's the most common one you get?
It's got to be Jordan.
Jordan's up there.
Okay.
I have 3 written down here. Jordan's one of them.
Okay, so Jordan.
There's a lot of them, but it's amazing because they're still setting records.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout's up there. He's not on my list.
Okay.
I got one football player, one basketball player. Both
LeBron
modern.
James.
He's up there. He's not the one I have.
Kobe.
Giannis.
Wow.
Giannis, we've gotten a ton
of. Football, I would say Brady, but I know there's not enough supply out there for him to make the
now.
list.
There's not that much out there.
There's not supply.
Going back a few years, Midwest.
Peyton Manning.
Brett Favre. Brett Favre is one we've done a ton of. There's a lot of his stuff out there.
Okay.
So I think those are some of the top 3, most res match players we've had. We can talk about this a little bit. A question I get a lot: what are some of the most valuable pieces? And I'll touch a little bit on some of the most valuable pieces we've res matched. You can talk about some of the most valuable game used pieces that you've sold.
Yep.
But for us, we had Diego Maradona, which recently set a record as the largest piece of sports memorabilia all time. It sold for over $9 million. We had the Kobe Bryant jersey, sold at Golden. That set an all-time record for basketball. There's actually been another Kobe Bryant that sold recently that was right around that same level. We actually have now for Resmash, I think it's the top, specifically in basketball, the top 8 or 9 record price pieces are now
that would make
all
sense to me.
Resmash pieces. On the baseball side, we actually have a piece that has not sold. It's on display. The last I knew of it was on display at the Yankees Museum at Yankee Stadium. But it is a jersey worn by Babe Ruth that we res-matched to both opening day of the 1932 season. He had a home run on opening day, and the 1932 World Series. You mentioned the Jackie Robinson jersey you think could get $15 million if it ever went back to auction. I would say this Babe Ruth jersey has got to be right up there as maybe the most valuable one.
And I know the owner. He's from my home state.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about some of the most valuable, again, game used. Let's keep it game used pieces that you've worked on.
We've had some really good basketball pieces. One of my favorite basketball pieces that we've sold was a Dr. J Virginia Squires debut uniform. That was pretty incredible. Obviously Kobe Bryant is the most valuable game used item that we have ever sold. I think that the Russell jersey is probably the second most valuable game used jersey we've ever sold. I'm hearing somebody say "Dad." Is Laura here? Let me just try and figure out what else. I mean, obviously we had the Cobb bat. We have had. I'm just trying to think. Most of our biggest game used items will be coming up in the next 6 months, I would say. I would think that the record book is definitely going to be rewritten sometime in the next 6 to 8 months. Once something else gets out of the way, and we'll revisit this.
Yeah. All right, I've got.
Oh, and obviously the Tom Brady. What I get for that? $485,000.
Yeah, that was a good one.
$485,000 in the Brady.
We talked a little bit earlier about, the last couple years. I follow you on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're actually live on Ken's Instagram right now.
Mm-hmm.
You've had kind of a whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, who are some of the people you've been most excited to meet?
People I've been most excited to meet. I would say, recent people I've been most excited to meet. Well, obviously at the top of the list, I'd have to say Drake, right? Yeah, I mean Drake would be at the top of the list.
Talk about a name, that's a name right there.
I would say Drake. I would say LeBron. Would obviously be somebody at the top. A lot of these guys I met again. Let me see. Who can I say? Mike Tyson would be up there as somebody that was definitely unique meeting. A lot of the guys I've seen and just reconnected, like Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq and I reconnected over the past couple of years. But yeah, I mean, it's in my lifetime. In my lifetime, the three people that I was most impressed to meet in my lifetime, probably due to my age, you got to realize that I grew up a Phillies fan. I was at the 1980 World Series, so the first time I saw Mike Schmidt and did a business deal with him, that was very exciting. And by the way, that's another collection we've sold, the Mike Schmidt collection. Another guy in that same category because of Philadelphia and the championship would be Dr. J, Julius Erving. And the third, just because he was so different than anybody else I ever met my entire life. And he just held himself in a completely different manner and was really revered and separated from everybody, was, the first time I met Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
Because I'd signed him to a contract in 1992.
You get a TV show and everyone wants to meet you all of a sudden. It's, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
But do you have any suitable for the viewing audience here? Any good stories about meeting some of those people or anything along those lines, from whether it's the last couple years or further back that you can tell our audience here?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'd say, I knew Cal Ripken for many years, and he had me called me up, and during the height of COVID, so they come down to Maryland, and we're both sitting there wearing masks, and we're walking around his facility, and he goes, I don't know what I want to do, and I'm looking at this stuff, and he's got stuff from Little League, he's got his first MLB jersey, he's got, the guy saved everything. He saved it and tagged it well ahead of his time. And he goes, I don't know what to do. I said, Cal, what is displayed in your house? He goes, oh, my MVP awards, my World Series rings, my World Series trophies. I say, fine. That's obviously what you care about. I said, when was the last time you looked at anything in here? He goes, I think I put all this stuff in storage 15 years ago. I said, so let somebody else enjoy it. What I really love is when, I meet somebody for the first time, like James Harden. I met at the All-Star game party. And I said, hey, James, I'm Ken Gold. And I said, he goes, you don't need to introduce yourself. I know who you are. And I'm like, oh, okay, James Harden.
That's
James
awesome.
Harden knows who I am. So a lot of these athletes, like today, some guy followed me, and I did not know the name. It was a foreign name, but I saw the blue check mark, so I looked at it, and he's got 36 million followers, and he's a soccer player from Europe. And he DM'd me, hey Ken, love what you're doing, all exclamation points. I said, love what you're doing too. And I don't know, but stuff like that. The fact that these guys are getting into it, I really love. The fact that Drake will want to go out and he'll want to get a really good game used Curry, okay, and he he'll participate in my auctions. I'll leave it at that. And he wants to get a really good game-used LeBron, but Cavs. He doesn't want the Lakers. He wants a LeBron Cavs, okay, and things like that. And other players will contact me, and they're looking for certain things of their favorite players. It's really it's really cool to see, and it's a great part of the job.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, there's just a couple other things I wanted to touch on before we wrap up, and give you a chance to talk a little bit more about your current auction before we finish. But, I wanted to take a second to talk about the image sources of resolution. And one of the things that I think really makes us stand apart, we have, and I know I've can talk to you about this a lot in terms of both the internal and external sources we have. We have over 30 external databases that across all sports. On every item we're researching, we're probably looking at thousands or tens of thousands of images. And then we also have our internal database. That's approaching 1 million images. It covers all sports. It's something that's exclusive to us. And I think it's that those image sources and the way we analyze those sources, we have a very specific process for how we do that, really are what set resolution apart. And I like to think one of the reasons Golden likes to use us is for that reason. It just comes down to the value that resolution can add. I think that's where it comes from, along with our standards. Ken, tell us a little bit, in closing here before we wrap up, touch on, anything in terms of the upcoming auction, anything else you want to tell the people now?
Sure. So the current auction closes, I believe it's August 6th, a week from tomorrow. So August 6th. We've got an amazing lineup of game used. We've got a Wilt Chamberlain 1967 era NBA champion 76ers. We have 2 great Steph Curry photo match jerseys. We have, I think, 2 Kevin Durant's, Oklahoma City. Am I right? We have a lot of photo match game used sneakers. The baseball section is outstanding, and possibly one item that is right now overlooked. Hopefully it's not, for the consignor at the end. But I think we've got a 1977 Catfish Hunter photo match game used jersey. And I was talking about it's so difficult to get stuff pre-1980 photo match due to the quality of the image. So when you can get one, it really makes it extra special. Coming up, we do have a few monster items in the next auction, the next Elite. And, we've got, I believe we have a historic Reggie Jackson item coming up. I think we have a very historic LeBron James item coming up. I know we've got great vintage basketball coming up, and football as well. So that is going to be in August Elite, as well as our first ever all vintage auction, which is going to be a combination of pre-1980 cards and pre-1980 memorabilia. So you're looking at guys, from 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, game used in that one. So I think that's going to be special. And go to Golden and register to bid if you have not already.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll mirror that. Golden has auctions going all the time these days.
Yep.
You can always check that out. Ken, great to talk to you.
Thank you, John.
Thanks for having me.
Have a good one. Yeah. Enjoyed myself.
5 minutes.
Yeah, that's cool. There we go.
All right, guys, next up we got Drip Shop with Lashawn McCoy, legendary NFL running back. Shady McCoy. We'll skip a little bit for you guys to set up here. Yep.
Is that a blade I can use? Alexis?
Yeah, you can use that. Yeah, they should. Yeah. Buffalo Bills fans, too.
Yeah, right. That's right. And he did great up there, man.
He was good.
They thought he was done. He wasn't. No.
Of course they left. Is there a Wi-Fi here connection we can connect to?
Hey, there's a Wi-Fi, right? Was the ripping wax?
Wi-Fi? Yeah, ripping. All right, hang on 1 second.
That's the network. And I think the password was like case break.
Wax. Because our drip shop is not connected from over there.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But, rip and wax?
Wax, yeah.
That one or
The other side, just that one. Yeah, and then it's case break, all lowercase.
case? Oh, perfect. Thank you.
And then this is going out to the TVs and the projector. So when you break, I mean, don't feel like you have to show everything like Big should. Just show it to this camera.
Gotcha. Consider it done.
Check, check. Yep.
What's up, folks? We're back live. We are on stage. Ricky! What up, Ron? Yeah, they're watching on the TV. There'll be a crowd here in a moment, though. Shady McCoy's coming up. This is the stage, and you can't even see that.
A couple more water bottles.
Yes, please. Water school. Water school. Water would be great. Yep, it's on TV. It's live. We're sitting here chilling. You guys got any questions for McCoy? Tell me what to ask him now. Technically, we're already mic'd up, but I'm staying away from the mic so they don't hear me. Although I think they probably could. I don't know.
What year is that phone?
2000.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna auction them off for $1 right now. It's the only team we haven't had sold. We start off at $1 and
Packs? Each pack?
no, just the whole team. Patriots for all three. Yeah. Run drip.
Oh, the drip. Yeah.
Yep. Start at $1 and whatever they go for, they go for.
What's that retail at? Box. 1,000.
What we're asking around the road. All right, we're gonna get it going here in a moment. We are gonna auction off the Patriots. Hey folks, just so you know, we're gonna get started here in a moment. We're waiting on Shady McCoy to come on up here. For those of you who don't have the Drip app downloaded, you might as well go ahead and do that now. The break that we're doing is going to include a box of 2000 Bowman Chrome Hobby, which is, of course, Tom Brady's rookie year. It is Bowman Chrome. It's not just Bowman. We have sold every team but the Patriots. We are going to dollar auction the Patriots right now live before we get started to the Drip community. So if you guys have the app, go ahead and get on in there. Obviously, Brady's in all three of the hobby boxes, but the big boy one is the Bowman Chrome. See what you wrote. Let me see. Wax, when you're done being a big dog, mind out and respect the work. Hell yeah. I got you, Graham. No, we'll go back to the area after and I'll break it for you guys. You know what I mean? Make it drip. Yeah, you guys need to be making it drip right now, honestly. Make it drip, drip, fam. Make it drip. We're live on stage, about to get going. All right. Oh, I'm purposely talking to them. Oh, that's not a problem. I know how to use it. I'm purposely leaving it back. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That works.
Like this, and you're right there.
No, that's way too.
Huh?
It's better than this.
Sideways or something like that.
I'm purposely not letting you guys hear me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing that on purpose. Oh, we're good. Thank you. I did not. We'll get the auction up and ready for you. Thank you. Gamal, you already know I don't do that. You already know me better than that.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah.
I kept telling them I know. I don't want them to hear me. Alright, so all we're doing is using this can.
You got pictures too?
Yeah, once we get one RPA out of the select. Is there? So we need to. Now, just right now. One or two that we get, and then we can see what that did. Whatever you want. All right, here we go. We're going to start auctioning off the Patriots, and we're going to get this break going here now. And then Shady should be here momentarily, from what I'm understanding. All right. Let's do it. So if any of you guys have downloaded the Drip app, you need to go over to Wax Wizard's page. I'm Alan, Wax Wizard Live. That's where we will be running the dollar auction for the Patriots. Okay. You're gonna go through Drip app. It's Drip Shop Live or dripshop.live. All right, here we go. All right, we're doing 2000 Bowman Chrome, 2020 Select Hobby, and also 2021 Panini Contenders. All right. We're gonna start it off at $1, and like I said, this could go to anything, whether Let's just have fun with it. All right, give me a moment. Drip shop out. When I start, I'm about to start it up right now for you guys. All right. Here, I'll make it easy. It's starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's up now. You're bidding on the Patriots, which includes an entire box of Bowman Chrome 2000 hobby. That is Bowman Chrome. That is Brady's rookie year. They're there. Box is north of 10K. And we got Grand Slam coming right through. Sheesh. There it goes for the low.
He's gonna do whatever he wants.
At least. And we got 4, 3, 2. Wow, Patriots about to go for the low in this one. Woo! They're gone. Sold. We gave you a heads up. Oh, sorry. No internet here. I can't control the internet, but I can tell you right now, a guy named Grand Slam just took him down for 400. 400. 400. Sold. They're gone. Sorry. All right, here we go. I don't know what it. Larry. All right, here we go. Here we go. Myles Garrett, Miles Sanders. I'm going to go through these real quick on these ones. Amon-Ra St. Brown right off the rip as far as an auto is concerned from the Dirty D. Detroit's. What do we got on there? 6 on the print out of 14. Not bad at all. Hit for the Lions. Contenders we're going to run through really quick. I know the ones that we want to sit and look at. And we got a Cameron Jordan at the end. Tyler Lockett, James Robinson, and let's see, nobody back there but a Larry Johnson. Devontae Parker, Burrow. There's another auto. We got Ellerson Smith out of 49. Ellerson Smith out of 49. Here we go. Josh Allen, silver. Ray Lewis. I mean, that's what we're looking for, right? Brady refractor? And another Josh Allen in the back. No. Season ticket, Tatum Hill, Jerry Jeudy, DK Metcalf, and in the back we got the Gladiators, Sean Merriman. Yeah, this is Sean Merriman. We got a couple more autos in here. DeAndre Swift, Kittle, Mahomey, Calvin Ridley, Justin Jefferson, and in the back we got ourselves Kyle Trask, Terrace Marshall Jr. Here comes Shady. let's do another one here. Clear it up for my man. Sorry. DJ Chark, D-Hop, Tua,
Shady right here, man.
Chase Claypool, Carson Wentz.
Let's get this party started.
You heard the man. Jerry Rice.
Watch this.
You ready to rip?
My bullshit.
Whatever, do you think? Here we go.
Oh, is that Tom Brady?
Oh, that's only Eli. Oh, Daniel Jones, actually, not even Eli. This is the Aaron Donald, DJ Moore, Alvin Kamara. We got another auto here. Sean Wade, rookie card for the Patriots.
Alvin Kamara, nice.
Alvin Kamara. You like him?
Yeah, hell of a player.
Let Shady rip.
Yes, we are. I'm just gonna give you the good stuff.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, here, you want this stuff? Go ahead.
No, you got it.
You got this.
You got the hot hand. Let
You
the
got
hot hand
this.
rip.
Nothing
Mark
here.
Evans, oh.
We got a Simi Fakui auto.
Is it only rookie cards?
No, all. You're looking for rips.
You got it.
You sure? All right, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep ribbing. I think Shady wants to do the Brady here. Drew Lock, Russell Wilson, Jonathan Taylor, Kyler Murray.
Josh Allen.
He's all over Josh. And then Rookie of the Year, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson.
Rookie of the year?
It's the label of that card.
I know, I'm missing that thing.
Zach the MILF Hunter Wilson.
Yeah, get in there.
MILF Hunter.
Who you got? Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Julio Jones.
Joey Bosa. Kyler Murray. Winning ticket for the Cards.
That's some good ones. There's some good ones in there.
Here, I got you.
Zeke in
Let's
there.
do this. He's got a Zeke in here. He likes his running backs for some reason. Zeke, Juju, David Johnson, Derrick Henry, speaking,
Derrick Henry.
and a Michael Strahan.
Michael Strahan. So the better players, obviously, more.
There we go.
Worth more. Yeah,
Yes.
explain.
Stephon Diggs.
So some of these cards are not worth much, and then you're going to run into some that are worth a lot more, right? Right now, we have not ran into anything that's worth that much. You're looking for cards that are worth, anywhere between a couple $100s to a few thousand to, 6 figures, depending on what we pull out. If we pull out the right Brady, it could be 6 figures plus.
But how do you know which one's worth the
Like, give
the
him
most?
some names that
Those are some really good players right there.
Okay, so most of the time, people are hunting down quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks?
Right? Yeah,
Give us some
because
names. Who are we
they're
looking
on
for?
center stage. So if you're looking for 2021, obviously you're looking for the Zach Wilson, the MILF Hunters. You're looking for the Jags, T-Laws. Who else? It's very simple. Mac Daddy Jones, right? Bears, Justin Fields. Eagles, if you're looking for Jalen Hurts in 2020,
Okay. Pretty good at this.
A couple other guys.
Who's the hottest football card right
She's
now?
a true vet right here.
The hottest football card. If it's one of the if it's the new rookies, it's simple. I'm pretty sure it's Mac Jones.
Mac Jones?
If it's old school, everybody collects Brady, right? So Brady never goes old. We do have what we call a valued collector here. So I'm guessing, hoping it's probably a Kyle Pitts rookie ticket, 144 J.C. Horn.
We have Sam Darnold. You guys want to see Sam Darnold? No? Nah.
We're gonna get you a good box out. Here we go. Let's rub a new one.
Who's easiest?
All right. Justin Herbert, Mark Andrews, Nelson Aguilar, Dak Prescott, Ben Roethlisberger, and a Marcus Allen, old school 1984.
Marcus is a great player.
All right. Now let's get into the good stuff.
All right, what are we pulling here?
All right, here's what we're looking for. It's simple.
What are we looking for?
Very simple.
like,
You're
teach me.
You're looking for a
Teach
guy
Shady.
named Herbert. You're looking for a guy named Hurts, a guy named Burrow, and who else? And a guy named Tua.
Okay.
Intro the box. Intro the box for him.
All right. We're ripping a box of 2020 Select Hobby. NFL. All right. Get those zebras as well.
Give Shady some pricing too. What are some of these cards in these packs going to be worth if you pull something big?
That's a great question. It depends on the condition that they can come out in, but I can tell you right now, if you get a nice colored numbered rookie, it's in the thousands for sure.
Is that Jordan Love?
We got a little Jordan Love rookie action here for us. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
We know this quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Ben Roethlisberger.
Silver Ben Roethlisberger.
Who's that right there?
And a DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift. He's pretty good.
He's got some of your moves.
So a guy like that doesn't have, like, he's still up and coming. You get his card, and he becomes a fucking, like, Adrian Peterson type of running back.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what they do.
Okay.
So the value goes up.
So ask, I mean, who,
So I would
who do
take
you
that.
think's going to pop? So, like, tell everyone, who do you
think a
think's
guy-
going to pop this year?
What position? Quarterback, running back? What do you
Yeah,
say?
let's start at quarterback.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with Zach Wilson,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go with Tua.
Tua?
Tua got all them players around him, and then I think Jalen Hurts makes that jump,
Like
But I'm a-
superstar jump?
like superstar, like Pro Bowler.
Nah, like, yeah. You think Pro Bowl jump?
Brown, he's got Devontae Smith. He got some good
He
weapons.
got some great
around
players around him, though, man.
Hell
He
yeah.
might
A.J. Brown.
And what about running back? Who do you like?
like Swift. I think Swift goes out to be a superstar running back,
Okay.
right? I think young guys, right?
Yeah. Any rookies?
Let me think about it. Oh, you know what? I think Bryce. What's his name? Bryce
Bryce Hall?
Bryce Hall. That's his name. Bryce Hall. He's gonna be good.
Okay.
He's gonna be lights out. I believe that.
I like Bryce Hall. I'm more of a
normally
Najee fan. Najee Harris.
Najee's good now. Najee's real good. What's in that deck?
How we
Anything in
doing
that
so
deck?
far?
This
Yeah.
one, Jake Fromm, quarterback, silver.
Oh, a lot of
We're looking for a big auto,
Throw that
some
away.
big color. Gold would be nice.
Is that Jerry Rice?
Gold would
Jerry
be nice.
Rice.
That's right, Jacob Eason again.
Jack Eason. Oh,
We got a
Eason.
Cam Akers,
Cam Akers. Okay.
numbered out of 75. Cesar Ruiz and Derek Brown.
Derek Brown.
So let
some of them, the
let Shady
Nah,
rip some.
let's go.
Yo, show him your form. Let Shady rip some.
Yeah, I
Please
see what he's doing. I like
Yeah.
what he's doing right
Show
now.
him your form. You got.
Please do.
Oh, look. I know this ribbon.
Yeah, rip the hell out of it. Just don't rip the cards.
And if he sees a good one, he rips it in half.
Oh,
so
Russell
both of us can
Wilson.
have it.
Hello, Russell.
Michael Pittman. Chase Young. Bradley Chubbs and Patrick Mahomes.
Got him a homie there.
So do we keep that one?
Yeah, he'll sleeve him up for us right now.
You gotta get Patrick Mahomes. So how about him? He was the guy that didn't play his first year. So if you got him, then that's a lot of value, right?
How much is Patrick Mahomes?
I should do this like every year.
You should break.
I could pick players. All right. Listen, if you guys just pay me a small fee, I'll get you great players for the future.
Sounds like a scout, yeah.
Now hold up. I'll give you $5 if you could pronounce Tua's last name. Go ahead.
Me? No. Let's get someone in the crowd. Raise your hand.
Say it again. That's the card I have right here.
Spell it.
Let's go.
Spell it. Spell it for $1 million.
Tua Tagovailoa. Devin somebody.
Yo, Shady. So if there was any,
Now he knows nobody just sent her over.
Yeah.
any of these young quarterbacks,
No good
who would you like to catch passes from if you were still in the league? Any of these young guys?
We might have a thickie.
I would go with Herbert.
Catching passes.
Listen.
out of the backfield.
Joe Burrow probably is better right now, but it's so close. Just the wins is showing the difference. Herbert's a beast. I would take Herbert. Man, this is cars. I don't want to break the cars.
We got a thickie under there.
They got linemen in here. Come on, man. Oh, Justin Jefferson is really, really good.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, what you got?
Darnell Mooney.
We got an auto.
We got an auto.
Oh, what's that?
We got.
Who is it?
Well, hang on a second. We got a Devin Duvernay patch auto. 1 of 1. And he threw it at me.
What's that mean?
That's the only one. It's the only one made.
So wait. What makes it good? 'Cause he's not.
So fill him in.
You tell me what's.
So what happens is they got numbers on the back, right? Yeah. And they're numbered from 1 to 100, 1 to 150, 1 to 50, 1 to 1. The lower the numbers are, the more rare the card is, right?
Oh, I didn't know
so
that.
So that says 101. That means this is the only one that's made like that.
Okay.
There isn't another one. Problem is he's not the best.
He's a Raven guy. It's a Raven.
I mean, I'll ask the guy that bought him.
Hey, so you're a Ravens fan, right? Wait. Oh, you're not. Okay. All right.
It's a sick patch.
Okay.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm being serious. Are you a Ravens fan? You just got the jersey. Okay. Because I was saying if you talked about Kirk Cousins, right? But if they had well, not Kirk Cousins, but if Lamar Jackson had a guy like that, Justin Jefferson, he'll put better numbers up. He got no help. You got to throw and run. I mean,
I agree.
all right, who's next?
You tell us.
Let Shady rip him.
Tell us.
He's got the hot
I want
hand.
Shady to rip.
So wait, I'd have been good at this because I was a second-round draft pick. They picked like 4 or 5 running backs ahead of me, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't really pan out. I was a decade player, so
You
gotta buy low, sell
do you
high.
have do you have your own cards?
nah. Oh, I do.
You do, right?
Yes, I do. Oh, I done made. We just talked about it.
What did you just hand?
We got a signature Prism Laviska Chenault Jr. auto.
Yeah.
Yeah, about
So
that.
what's the best card he's pulled so far?
The 1-on-1.
What's my best card?
The 1-on-1.
The
Can we get an estimate on value?
I have no clue, but it ain't much.
Yeah, he wasn't that good.
I'm not gonna
Shady wants
sugarcoat it.
Devin Duvernay, probably 100.
Oh, Henry Ruggs.
What do you think I was gonna be like? Wow,
He's probably the
50,000.
fastest dude I've seen.
That's
Other
not
than
worth
Tyreek
much
Hill.
anymore.
Fastest dude in the league?
Alvin Kamara.
Fastest here.
We need a Herbert.
Oh,
We need a
Jake
Burrow. You got 2 more. Come on. We need a Herbert, Burrow.
We need one of those guys, man. We seen Jake Fromm 3 times.
That's the one we don't want.
Hey, take it easy, man. Oh, Carson Wentz. Oh wow, you guys are tough.
I think this is gonna be a Carson Wentz
you guys
pack.
are tough, man.
Jesus.
Christian McCaffrey, he's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
He's a good one. Some lineman.
So
Carson Wentz. We got 2
got
Carson
2
Wentz.
Carson
Wow.
Wentz again.
Should you hand him out?
We should hand them out. Kids, do you want Carson Wentz? Burn it. Why you hear that?
Last pack magic.
You're in
Last
Philly
pack
area.
mojo.
Big stuff.
You know how this crowd is.
Keyshawn
big
Vaughn,
money.
huh? Peyton Manning. Who would want to take Peyton Manning? Oh, Jerry Jeudy.
We'll take a Jerry Jeudy patch out of 99.
That's a nice card, right?
Yes, it is. Jerry Judy's a good
Chase
wide
Claypool.
receiver. Should be a lot better this year with Russ Wilson.
I think he'll do really, really good.
All right, so how'd we do?
How we do
Not
today so
great.
far, man?
I think they're all waiting for you to rip this next box anyways.
Let's
All right,
break
what's
that
the next
Bowman
best answer
quality.
next box?
We're here
That is
with
the
we're
best
with
answer I
Drip.
can give you.
Make sure you guys, log in and
Download
download the
that.
app. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drip, man. They doing their thing.
I've been waiting for this one. All right, let's do this.
How much is this box worth?
Depending on who you buy it from.
I heard that Tom Brady is in this box.
Depending on who you buy it from.
The 6'4", 235-pounder from Michigan, number 12, is in this box.
There you go, sir. Do the honors. Do the honors, please. Oh, we got this guy.
Tell him? Yeah, $600 Anybody good? Oh, shoot. Steve Young.
Oh, I think it's back here.
Hell yeah. Can I keep this one? They're stuck.
Careful when you pull them. Careful.
Wait, they're stuck though.
Yo,
Help him out. Help him out.
My father never took me to these events. Sorry about that. Oh, JJ Stokes was pretty good.
Okay. So we got.
Mark Burns won that good.
Come on. Show us what you got.
Throw the bums away.
They're a little old, so.
That's how you go so fast. If they're good, you're like. If they're weak, you're like.
He flips. They're quick. He knows.
I'm glad. I'm like the slowest.
Oh,
No,
take
you're
your time.
good.
Take it.
We got time.
Peyton Manning with the Colts.
Is that an auto?
I don't know if it's an auto. It's a nice one.
Is it auto or no?
No.
No.
What's the difference?
It's a nice one.
John Abraham was pretty good though for the Jets, but he was.
I'm just trying to get.
Yeah, he played for the.
You ran past John Abraham a few
He
times.
played for with the Jets.
Jets
He
and the
played for
Patriots.
Falcons. Yeah.
Falcons too? Yeah.
I pulled the wrong Patriot. I saw the Patriot 2 on the back. Refractor.
Who was the refractor?
Patrick Pass. Just throwing him around.
How many autos would be
Ma'am,
in
that'll
this
be
box?
$10, ma'am.
I don't even know if it's guaranteed in this box, my man. This
How
box
many packs in this
comes
box?
with
More details.
18 packs. Yeah, I'm pulling them all out for us.
18 packs.
Empty box.
See, now you're getting used to it. You know.
I thought he's throwing Brady at me.
I'm a family. I mean, I'm a football guy. I don't know these things.
I was asking him questions.
I love it. He knows what he's doing now.
I was.
I always like to say, where was the worst place to play?
I got you.
Oh, I see
Patrick
something.
Jeffries.
You see something?
Something in the back.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
Careful
thought
on
that
this
was
one.
it.
I should start
One more,
showing
and
you
then
guys
got-
this one.
You got something in the back. No.
Leon Grant. I don't know them dudes.
Nope.
All right, you take two.
Keep
All
ripping.
right, you got it.
Is this fun, Lashawn, or not?
Double
This
dip.
is fun. Wait for the Brady.
Would you be a little nervous?
We're looking for
opening
the
these if
Brady.
you paid $18K for the box.
Not at all.
Would you be a little nervous?
How much for the
10K.
box?
Wow,
10K?
10K for the box. You guys are really dedicated. Wow. Well, Tony Gonzalez, he's a really good player.
Yeah?
Like Tony?
I love Tony. Kerry Collins, Penn State guy. Doug Johnson, I don't know that.
Doug Johnson. You remember Doug Johnson or no?
Doug Johnson,
You don't
Super
remember
Bowl
Doug.
MVP.
You don't remember Doug Johnson.
I'm older than you.
Super
Okay,
Bowl
so
MVP.
what number was he?
Was Doug Johnson?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
What college he went to? Exactly.
Nothing good?
Nothing yet.
You won a Super Bowl for
All
the
right,
Bucs.
we got 1, 2, 3. We got like 20 left.
We need a Brady.
Cross your hands.
Long sweat,
Or
Lashawn.
fingers.
We need a Brady.
Spent $10,000 on this box.
We're doing pack wars now.
Antonio Freeman was really good.
He was.
Now he was a dog. You know what college? I know.
I don't know. The college is good.
Come on,
You tell
gotta
me.
know
You
him.
tell me.
You
What
gotta
college?
know him. You gotta know him.
I'm a baseball guy.
I love baseball too. Wait, time out though, bro. What is there a college? What is this?
What uniform is this?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, they got guys in the box from the FXL. Come on, yo. I'm done, yo. I'm done.
this
I'm
is
leaving.
NFL Europe. NFL Europe.
NFL Europe.
Come on.
NFL Europe.
NFL Europe.
See, look, they cheating you with these boxes now. You spent $10,000, you get that in your box?
Well, these boxes used to be what, $40?
That was crazy.
$2,000.
Call Bowman.
Get the Tom Brady in the XFL, like. Carson Wentz, he's pretty good.
Brett Favre's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I called it out. I said Tom Brady.
Careful.
Oh, sorry about that. I called Tom Brady and it happened.
Let me put it away for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, don't touch it too fast. Hold on now.
He's got you.
I have the power. All right. You see that? He wanted to pick the cards. I picked Tom Brady. Now it's an issue. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Brady card going for $18,000, baby.
We just had Lashawn McCoy pull a Tom Brady rookie on Drip Shop Live.
Woo!
Let's go! Right off the box.
Hit this, because I'm going to send a picture and a video to Tom. Like, listen, buddy, this is what I do.
I think you should put him on FaceTime, to be honest.
That was sick.
Here, I can't
Let's find another one.
Slap that.
And this is the Tom Brady with the long hair, right?
Someone give this man a sleeve.
I gave him one.
Sleeve this man a sleeve.
Do the honors.
Oh, he knows what he's doing.
Come on, man. It's my first rodeo.
He knows what he's doing.
Leave it and then top load and we're
Oh,
good.
got it. Yes,
Let's go
yes,
with the
yes.
Beckett. We're gonna grade it.
Sleeve, top load, and grade. You got that, guys? You think you got it live?
Yeah. There we go.
That looks like a pristine 10.
How much is that? Give him details. How much?
We
is
need
that
to know the
worth?
cash amount before I let it go.
I mean, that could range anywhere between a few thousand up to 10,000, 12,000,
So
20,000. Somebody might pay for it.
We
right
can
now,
do the bidding right now.
I've seen him sell for
So
less.
you got your investment back then, huh?
If I was the one that bought that, but no.
Who bought it?
I bought it.
Somebody online. Somebody got the Patriots for $400 and a Tom Brady. Raw.
Hey, Lashawn, just be gentle with the card.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no worries.
You're good in my book.
You're getting mad at me. Shady, it's not a football. Just take your time.
Got too excited.
We hope so.
That's true.
We're looking for a refractor.
Corey Dillon was good. Why they stick to each other though?
Because they're 22 years old. I think you got something on the back too. That's gonna be a good one there.
Corey Dillon from the Bengals. Oh, Mike Anderson.
Running back. Yeah, of course. Running
Can
back.
anybody tell me a running back? They don't.
Walters.
Came out of nowhere. Wasn't he like third string?
Oh. Randy Moss.
Randy Moss, we'll take him. Just leave him up.
Somebody knows Moss something. That's his brother? Moss something.
Leave him up.
He said be gentle with the cards.
Yeah, gentle. Gentle.
Be gentle with the cards.
You're doing good. I like it.
On the. Oh, really?
I like it.
Amani Toomer.
Toomer.
Amani Toomer from the Giants. Cordell Stewart. Remember him?
Cordell Stewart. He could run and pass.
Check him out, man. Michael Blair.
It was Stewart and the bus together.
Let's go. You got the lucky hand.
Yes, my hands are lucky.
Yeah.
He's got the lucky hands.
So now we need a Brady, but a what? A Brady refractor?
Black refractor. How about that?
Just tell Shady what you want, and he'll pick it out.
That's right. You just gotta let me know.
Tell him what you want.
We want Brady, and we want him to look like he's shining. Or gold is always nice.
Or gold.
Or black.
Nope.
Yep, go for it.
My good never. So these are old ones.
What year?
What year?
2000.
2000. This is from 2000.
22 years sitting around.
Ricky Williams. The Saints Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
I think before the marijuana. Like before he got.
They should have let him
You
do
can
his
tell
thing.
by the card.
They should have let him do his thing.
That might be
There was
true.
never before marijuana for
Is there
Ricky.
Isaac Bruce.
Are there any other rookies in this class that we're looking for?
Yeah, Plexico Burst.
Okay.
Wait,
Urlacher this year?
So wait, what about Isaac Bruce? He was a hell of a
Pennington was this
He
year?
was all right.
He's a Hall of Famer, right? Yeah.
All right.
He's better than Plexico.
Pennington?
It's not his rookie year. Of course, I'd rather have him than
How many?
Plexico.
We got 5 packs left.
5 packs to find one more Brady.
Tired?
No, so we need. You said we need a.
Brady that's shiny.
Just remember,
Shiny
guys.
Brady.
But like consolation prize,
Looks like a mirror behind him.
second best rookie card in this pack.
We
would be
might have
who
another
in this box.
Okay, all my Philly fans out here, you might not like this, but I love it. Donovan McNabb. Oh, there we go. There we go. I don't know. You get mixed emotions sometimes if I say the name. Yeah, Donovan McNabb, baby. One of my favorites.
I think it was numbered. I think so too.
Matter of fact, he's probably the best quarterback ever from Philadelphia, in my opinion. Would you agree?
That's the crew.
Yeah.
Who's number one?
Who's one?
What is taking away that much?
Sonny Jurgensen.
There's your Urlacher.
Nick Foles.
We got ourselves an Urlacher.
Nick is my favorite. I love Nick. That's my guy. You know what? I'll give you a quick story since we're talking about it.
Yeah.
No matter how mad Nick will get, he will never cuss. I'm like, damn, Nick, throw me the ball. What are you looking at? He's like, sorry, Shady, I'll do better next time. And it's like, how can you hate a guy like that? Nick is my favorite dude.
That was Foles?
Yeah, Nick, he's the best, though. And not only did he beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, he had 500 yards. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And a receiving touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and this one is not no really good players.
Hey guys, remember to download the
Talk about
app
a
to
stud.
participate.
Does anybody know who this guy is right here?
No, but I see the ring on his hand.
Oh, listen. Oh, so he knows. He give a lot of great players hell.
I'm not done giving you.
Oh, see, there you go. He's not done. Nah, he's a good guy. Sometimes. Jake Reed. Oh, Joey Galloway. He was fast as hell from the Cowboys.
We get some giveaways.
Oh, the bus. Jerome Bettis.
Groundbreakers.
Stiller. Jerome Bettis.
From Detroit.
That's where he's from? That's right.
Cooley High School. I went same place.
Where Howard go, man? Howard he'll talk about everybody. They're doing a terrible job up there. Fire him. Get rid of Andy Reid. Wow. That's what he used to say all the time. Look, you have a great game on Sunday. Look in the paper Monday. He's talking trash about you.
Oh, he's a reporter.
Lavernius
Coles is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, we're down to the last
Before the last
Magic.
one.
Last pack.
Hold it. You want to let the crowd know what we're doing here?
Last pack. 2000 Bowman Chrome. We got Lashawn
He gave it
McCoy
to
breaking live
I'm
on
not gonna say no
Drip.
to McCoy.
We already hit
can't
one
let him down.
Brady. We're gonna do, I think, one more.
Well, I'm not
He's
gonna
got the hot hands.
Can we hear for Shady too? He came a long way to be here today.
Clap it up for
Came
him.
a
Let's go.
long way.
Thank you for
Let's
coming
go.
in. We
Drip Shop and
appreciate
Shady. Let's go.
Can you believe I came here instead of going to the Eagles training camp?
That's dedication. What are your
Dedication,
thoughts? You've
I
never
love it.
been, right? Shady, you've never been here before.
Oh, Jimmy Smith is pretty good. Hold on.
Jimmy Smith.
Wide receiver for the Jaguars.
Yep.
Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor was a really, really good player.
You got one in
for the
there.
Jaguars.
Julius Peterson.
Pearson was a really good linebacker for
Last
the
card.
San Francisco.
A Sherrod Gideon.
Yeah.
Gideon. All right, we at least found one Brady. We appreciate that.
Listen, I guarantee you
Let's
that I would
go.
get you Tom Brady, and I did that. All right? So
Absolutely.
my job here is done.
Tom Brady, mission complete. Good work. Thank you, LaShawn. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you all. Make sure you download Drip.
Hey, thanks, brother.
What a gift he gave him.
That's crazy. Look at that shit.
Make sure to download Drip Shop Live. Yeah, get these guys. Get Alex. Make sure to download Drip Shop live streaming from the show.
How you doing, brother?
We got big giveaways coming. Download the app. We got a lot of breaks with athletes.
And we got
live
free
streams.
water bottles. Who wants a Drip water bottle? Anyone? Anyone? Right here? Hey, there you go. There you go. Anyone else? Water bottle? You got one? Who else hasn't gotten a water bottle? Ready? Ready? I'm tossing it. Boom. There you go. Was it a good? You need one? Here we go. Here we go. We're just tossing them. Anyone else? Go long. All right. That's. Oh man. Who do you think I am? McCoy? Where'd he go? Oh, he's gone. He's already. All right. I'm just gonna launch this. No, I don't want to hit anyone. I'm gonna throw it in the middle. Come to the middle, and I got you. I got you. Here, you need a water bottle? Boom. Bottle. Boom. I don't know on that. You know what? What? One more? Nice. Good catch. Good catch. Water bottle. We've got 1,000 more. Yeah, just keep tossing them.
Keep going, guys.
Yeah. Here, give me those. Anyone else need water bottles? Water bottles? Here we go. Here we go. Ready? I'm just launching them downtown. Boom. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Drip. You want a Drip water bottle? Boom. You're much further, man. You're much. Hey, that wasn't too bad. All right, ready? That's my limit. That's my limit, everyone. You'll see me in the NFL next season. Next season. Oh yeah, good catch. Good catch. You want one? Yeah, I got you. Boom. All right, I got 5 left. Who are the lucky 5 people to get this magical water? This water bottle, boom. Guys, when you drink water from this,
Just a quick announcement
You get
while we're
extra
getting ready,
hydrated.
while
Okay,
we're
go
getting
for
rid of the rest of the water bottles from Drip. Especially for retailers, there is a game demo for Flex NBA going on, and there is an autograph opportunity with Run TMC
One more,
with
last.
purchase. So if you are interested in
Wait, I got
purchasing
one for you, man.
the new set of Flex NBA featuring Run TMC, Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, Chris Mullen, that is going to be for sale in the GTS Lounge, and you'll be able to get the tiles autographed by the legendary NBA trio with purchase. So be sure to stop by the GTS Lounge, the Flex NBA table set up. If you want to purchase a set of the new Flex NBA game featuring the legendary NBA trio of Run TMC.
All right, take one out. Unless they shrink. Well, hey, wait. Oh, these are the size of this. I got it. You got it. It's also a ticket.
Coming up next on the Mike Burkus main stage, powered by Whatnot in the Ripping Wax Breaker Pavilion. We got a special treat. We've got the Great American Collectibles radio show featuring Tom Zappala and Rico Petrocelli. Zappala. I always do that, Tommy. I almost always do that.
Looking forward to this, Rob. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, these guys are great. And while they're getting set up, because this is going to stream, or I should say air live on FM radio back in where, Tom? Where is this? What radio station is this going?
980 WCP in Boston.
980 WCCAP in Boston.
Then on iHeartRadio, Alexa,
iHeartRadio, tell your smart speaker.
Spotify, says everything.
Great American Collectibles show.
Wherever you listen, you can find these guys, no question about it.
Yeah, every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It streams on the PSA website. So while they're getting all set up,
Yeah. Recognize the name right away.
We got some packs here, it looks like.
I got some packs of Mosaic NBA basketball to give away.
Do we got some NBA fans out here?
Any
A lot of
NBA
NBA fans, yeah?
All right. All right, so over in the GTS Lounge, the legendary NBA trio known as Run TMC is signing for purchase of a Flex NBA set. Can you tell me the three people raising your hand who makes up Run TMC?
Hi, John. So, where are you? I'm going to be.
Hardaway, Mullen, 2 of 3.
I'll be here. Yeah. Rico.
Richmond. Ding, 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 ding,
Got
ding,
it.
ding, ding.
Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and Chris Mullen. There you go. Congratulations.
So Flex NBA is a brand new twist on trading card game. It's got augmented reality where the players come to life, and they're going to be signing their individual player Flexagon tiles.
And they also have a very rare trio card where you have all 3 of those guys on one Flexagon.
That's awesome.
Which
That's
is fantastic.
Beyond awesome. All right. We just had up the legendary running back local to the area here, Lashawn Mccoy. Tell me who he was here courtesy of. Raise your hand. Drip is correct. See? We need to make sure you guys are paying attention to what's going on.
We have people who listen. That's great.
How are you?
There's a lot going on here at the National, but they still listen because they know what? There's some free prizes that are always going to come along.
What do you got for this one?
Oh, wow. All right, so Lashawn Mccoy was just up here.
Yeah, Rico.
Which head coach from the Philadelphia Eagles traded Lashawn McCoy to the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah.
Andy Reid.
I think you got.
Who else had their hand raised? Jim Kelly.
Ding, 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 ding. Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
I know Philadelphia likes to forget about Chip Kelly.
Name, one of the greatest Hall of Famers, Dr. J, played for the Sixers. Raise your hand and tell me his